Welcome to another weekend of exciting motorsport with UHB TV, and let's get straight into the action with the latest round of the Britcar British MSA Endurance Championship. Well, the last time we caught up with the Mazda team, it was at that thrilling Donington race where a stunning drive by Mark Ticehurst and Owen Mildenhall wrapped up a podium finish. Well, this weekend the party moved on to Belgium and the famous Spa Francorchamps circuit, where the Mazda were looking to build on their previous success. Well, the Saturday qualifying round turned out to be a rain-soaked affair, with the conditions playing havoc with the lap times. A greasy circuit meant all drivers were battling the weather to grab those precious places at the top of the grid, which led to some hairy moments like this one. Well, our onboard camera on the Mazda MX-5 GT captured this spectacular collision between a Mosler and a BMW, which ended in both those cars spinning off. Well, Owen doing brilliantly there to steer through the chaos. So what's it like to drive this iconic Spa circuit? Well, UHB TV got an exclusive insight into just what it takes. Well, we joined the Mazda car on a qualifying lap, and here's Mark to talk us through.
So here we are, we're just coming into the chicane before the start-finish straight, lining the car up nicely for a good exit. Second gear, we're up to third very quickly, then up to fourth. In the dry, the exit would have given us fifth gear by the end of the straight here. But we're in fourth gear, braking, down to third, down to second, turning into La Source, and there's quite a bump on the apex there. The exit's greasy today in qualifying, but we're up to third, up to fourth, and this is just magical coming down here past the pit wall. There's Eau Rouge in the foreground there, up to fifth, and then it's just turn in, take loads of curb on the left, run the white line on the right, still in fifth gear, and then over the blind left-hand apex that gives you your straight line speed up onto the Kemmel straight. And it's all about just checking everything is okay at this point. It's quite a long straight. We're up to sixth gear with a terminal speed about 135 miles per hour, and we're just waiting to get into Lake Coombe. So then it's 6, 5, 4, 3, turn in. Again today it's greasy offline. You can see the offline parts are wet. So through the exit of Lake Combes, up to fourth, and heading down to Rivage. Rivage is an awkward corner because it goes off camber, braking down to third. The camber drops away and it's a very, very long corner. It's difficult to get right, especially in these conditions, but it's just about being disciplined. So third gear, through the second part of Rivage, and then downhill up to fourth, and up to fifth towards, they call it double gauche now, it used to be called Pouon. We will still call it Pouon. So fifth gear, on a dab of brake on the way in, making sure we get all the way up to the right hand side between the two apexes, back into the second left hand apex, and building speed down towards Fenay. Down to 4, down to 3. Again, you've got to be quite late apex, keep to the right more than you'd naturally think because the left hander comes up very quickly. And then carrying third gear, we're heading down towards Stavelot. Brake in, get the apex, but again it tightens up on the exit, run the curb, up to fourth gear, short shift fourth to settle the car for the second part of Stavelot. And now we're full throttle all the way down towards Blanchimont, so this is up to fifth gear now, up to sixth gear. The left hand kink isn't a problem, but then Blanchimont is the next part of the corner, which is absolutely awesome in the little MX-5 GT. Again, because we're damp offline, it's a little dab of brake to settle the car, but it should be flat in the race. So we're heading towards the chicane, so 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, into the chicane, and then that's the end of the qualifying lap as we approach the start-finish line. And that's Spa, fantastic circuit, my favourite, and looking forward to racing.
Stunning stuff there, and doesn't he make it sound oh so easy? Well, moving on to race day, and the damp conditions of qualifying lifted, giving way to a bright, hot track. With Mark Ticehurst taking the first session of the 100-minute race, it's now over to our commentator, Mike Brewer, for the start.
Yes, thanks Matt, and what a day! Boiling hot, and the temperature on the track is a blistering 45 degrees, which should make for some hot racing. So, rolling start, and Mark Ticehurst has got a real job on his hands to fight his way through the field. We're on board with the Mazda MX-5, and just look at how packed the grid is coming into the first corner. that's tight. Incredible, there was no contact there. Mark cleanly flew Eau Rouge, and now just a case of settling in and picking off the cars in front. The Mazda MX-5 is so much quicker in the tighter stuff, but more powerful cars like the M3 have got the legs to pull away on the straights. This is going to be a tough race. Mark is tight on the tail of that Seat. Oh, that's close, that's very close. For Eau Rouge, and can Mark take the Lotus? Oh, yes, he's taken him, he's taken him. Well, you can almost smell the exhaust. That MX-5 is so quick in the corners. To find out why, we've got team principal, Sam Hignett, who's in the pits.
Since the last time out at Donington, so the car's got a revised damper package on it. It's a far more sophisticated damper with four-way adjustment now, which enables us to control the car a lot more in the high-speed corners, so it was very applicable for Thruxton and here. Then the mounting of the suspension is now on solid nylon bushes as opposed to the rubber bushes that were, once the suspension was improved, we were just passing the problem down the line to the rubber bushes. So now that's improved, we get a much better stable package. The induction system on the car has been changed to allow for a little bit more power in the induction system, and then various other weight saving. It's now got carbon fibre doors and the polycarbonate windows, so there's about a saving of 10 kilos per door. And that's key for us, is getting the weight out of the car. We don't really want to increase the power because, touch wood, we're reliable where we are at the moment, so it's keeping the weight out now.
Great stuff. Now let's get back to the action. It's frantic on the track. Look at that. Look, the Lotus and the Seat are at each other's throats. It's important Mark just stays out of this and he bides his time. And the time's come as Mark takes the Lotus and gets into fourth. Brilliant stuff.
Well, we're doing quite well. I think Mark's up to fourth in class and dapping quite consistently. Also, we started with full tank, so that has quite an effect on the car because we're carrying quite a lot of fuel, but he's on new rubber as well, so it's going well. So if we can keep that pace up for the whole race, we're looking quite good at the moment.
The last race, we were with you. You had pretty hot feet at the end of the race. How's the heat side of the car working out?
It's amazing. The car is still very, very hot inside the car. And you'd think with an open top car you get a lot of airflow into the car, but we don't actually get any airflow, so it's very, very hot inside the car, but it's something you have to live with as well.
Driver change now and Owen's getting ready. And an incredible effort by Mark as he brings home the MX-5 for Owen to take the wheel. Oh, what's happened here? What's up with Mark? He looks in trouble. Oh no, look at that. He's pouring it over himself. I can hear him saying, it was boiling in the cockpit. Hard work, but what a drive. Owen's got a clear track and he's setting some really quick times. However, he's under enormous pressure to take third place. And knowing Owen, he'll wring every ounce of power on that MX-5 because he will want third step on that podium. And with no traffic, this is a great opportunity to get in some quick times. Come on, Owen. Right, let's get back to the pits with an exhausted Mark Ticehurst and let's find out what his first stint was like.
We're particularly strong at Eau Rouge and Blanchimont, which are the quick corners. The car's so well balanced. The little MX-5 is so dynamically good that we play to our strengths, and in the end we got past the whole group. We had a great dice with Pete Cunningham, who's an ex-sparring partner of mine from karting days, and it was almost like karting all over again. Lots of mutual respect. There could have been some big accidents between us, but we both gave each other room. So you asked about memorable events, lots.
Thanks, Mark, but Owen's got a race all of his own here with a clear track in front of him, allowing him to push that MX-5 to the limit. Just look at this onboard. Hammering down the straight, flat out, on the rev limiter. Oh, he's late on the brakes, he's lost it! He's lost it, no! He's spun! Oh no, he's deep in the gravel, there's no coming back from there. Owen and the team will be gutted. After such a strong showing and another podium beckoning, it's all over for Team Jota and the Mazda MX-5. Back to you, Matt, in the studio.
Well, a thrilling race, but sadly no podium this time. But for Mazda and Team Jota, the race is on to keep developing that cracking MX-5 GT race car. Well, we've been promised no less than 10 new technical improvements to the car before the next race. And at this rate, I've got a sneaking feeling that the next podium won't be far away. But that's all from me, Matt Teal, and the team. See you next time on UHB TV.